our country and fulfill the aspirations. That's the real challenge because all this is really means. Even a corruption to India is not really the end. That's the means to fulfill the aspirations of the people of this country. I think we are well on road. Let's rejoice this moment.
Mr. Jayaprakash sir, and you as the president of Lok Sabha party are doing your bit. Now, I want to ask you that this parliamentary process is a cumbersome process. Nobody knows it better than you. And therefore, many people may raise certain ideas. You see, Lalu said, if you don't get these many women, this kind of percentage for backward castes, is that we will oppose it. Many people may put pitfalls in the path of this particular bill. It has reached this point where they are coming to a consensus and a voice vote because it is the need of the moment. But maybe 6 months from now, somebody may. It may take longer than expected if these people prevail. How does one ensure that does not happen?
I am reasonably confident, Arnav, that it will not take more than a few weeks. I am prepared to actually bet and say it will be between 2 and 4 months maximum. 4 months I'm saying because the next parliamentary session gets take some more time for full enactment finally. I am pretty confident that it will actually happen within about 7 to 8 weeks time. The parliamentarians and the political parties are not unwise. They are not antagonistic to the country. They may have resisted initially for a variety of reasons, but now that they know the national mood, they made a commitment, they will honor that, and the country will be better off for that. Let's not be mistrustful. There are some genuine glitches here and there. There are some constitutional issues and legal issues. They will reconcile, and the country will be better off. I'm sure in the next 2 to 3 months, we will have an extremely sound law and a robust institutional mechanism to make an excellent start in a corruption-free India.
I truly hope so. To Mr. Ram, how are you viewing this evening? Mr. Ram, what do you think the long-term impact of this will be? How long do you think this legislation will take?
I think it shouldn't take too long. It's a matter of several weeks, maybe. And I'm delighted with this because, there was all kinds of criticism, and I thought much of it came from people who don't want a Lokpal because they are afraid they have much to lose from a Lokpal. They have been in the habit of covering up corruption. Some of the people I heard in Parliament certainly fall in that category, and I'm not surprised. But I think the determined, uncompromising way with which the sober elements in Seemanna, I would say, there are others, there were demagogues, there were all kinds of people. You don't have to swallow or buy the whole thing. But the sober elements, the core demands, there was relentless pressure to push it. And on the other side, you saw silly arguments about the supremacy of Parliament. Parliament is not supreme under our constitution. They're talking about another country in the UK. Parliament is supreme. They can decide to cut off anyone's head they want. But Parliament is supreme. In India, Parliament, the constitution is supreme. And we heard all kinds of silly assertions that, you're questioning the supremacy of. The moment I hear that word, I think they should go back and read the constitution. Fundamental rights compete with Parliament's preeminence. Parliament is preeminent, legislatively speaking, but in the realm of the states have the sovereignty, as Dr. Ambedkar pointed out in the Constituent Assembly debate. That's an important question that's come up. So let's not use this fake claim of parliamentary supremacy to fend off these demands. That's, I think, an important thing that's come out here, and I'm glad that this relentless pressure has worked. We may not have enjoyed all of it, but speaking about the media, Arnav, I think we should proclaim openly that it's the social responsibility of the media to build an agenda on corruption, to work against corruption, and to keep at it without flagging. So we don't have to be defensive.